All right, we're climbing out of Tri-Corner Shelter. It's Sunday, pretty Sunday morning. Looks like we may have some views today as well. The day is going to be mostly down because we're on our way out of the park. I think the current plan is go to Davenport Shelter, which is the last shelter in the park, northbound. And then tomorrow is a great day for me. My wife Kelly shows up for 3 days, and I'll take a zero with her, and then haven't quite figured out what we're gonna do for the rest, but I would assume I'll hike along and she'll pick me up and I'll get to sleep in a bed for a few nights with her. So I get to see Kelly and I get to see my puppy. I've been waiting for that for 3 weeks. Way off in the distance is T-Rex and TBA, which means I probably should shut up and catch them. A little farther down the trail. I don't quite know what that is. There's a big lake out in the distance. And a little town down there. I'll have to look that up. So I took the picture too soon. Just a few more steps down the trail around the corner. And TBA tells me that's Douglas Lake. And it looks like it's 15 to 20 miles away. $12 more to go today. Alright, so we come to the intersection of the Snake Den Ridge Trail. And look at that. Imagine another great view. And let's see. Another 3.9 to Crosby Knob. As we're coming down toward Davenport Gap, and we still probably have 7 or 8 miles to Davenport Gap, but it's a different view from down here. You're looking up at the mountains instead of down. Trail's gotten a lot nicer. Definitely the most kind of cruise trail I've seen in the Smokies. Spots where there's no snow, I can actually get a full stride, which feels really good. Well, except I got an IT band that's not really happy right now, but it'll be fine. Alright, so we're at Crosby Knob Shelter. Great view. TBA. And T-Rex is farther up the trail. Time for a little lunch, which consists of today some peanut butter. Got to get my protein on some kind of 5-grain something or other. And of course my favorite, vegan jerky. Way too much money, but really good. So it is 1:15. I think we're right about halfway for the day, if not a little beyond that. And then we'll make a decision whether we go farther. Those that don't know, hanging down there are bear cables. Like I know my mom asked me about how the food is stored. There you go. The shelters, they have these steel cables. You run your food up the top and hopefully the bears and the mice don't get it. There's another set of them over there. And water right next to the shelter. Always. All right, gotta eat. All right, so they put bear cables in some of these when they don't have bear boxes, which are just big toolboxes. And they put it so the bear can't get to it, but also the mice can't climb past these little spots. straightforward. You just lower the cable, put it on the hook, grab the other side, pull it up. And this end, you just hook it to the tree, and hopefully the bear's not smart enough to open the latch. That's it. So it's about halfway up the last climb of the day. Heading up to Mount Cammerer. Not quite halfway up that climb. But after that, it's all downhill. Matter of fact, you can see it, but if you zoom in on the YouTube, you can see I-40 down there, I think. Looks like I-40. We're hiking up toward Mount Cammerer, and I realized I really was looking at my feet, not looking around, and I almost missed this view. It's probably one of the prettiest views we've seen. All right, so we came to the junction of the Mount Cammerer Trail. So that way, 0.6 of a mile is the fire tower. That's the Appalachian Trail northbound. 4 miles is Davenport Gap Shelter, where we're going to spend the night. So which way do we go? I guess the purists would say that direction's not blazed white, so it's just a waste of time. Is it a waste of time? Yeah. They say it's one of the best views in the park. Am I jaded enough on the trail yet to not go do that view? So, obviously we decided the view was worth it. So, here's the Mount Cammerer Fire Tower. Nice, kind of flat trail here until the end. Then you got into a little rock scramble. Let me turn the camera off and get up a little closer. Actually, I'll just walk with it and hope I don't bust my butt. All right, so we're up here. This is the inside of the tower. It's got one window blown out. The rest of it looks pretty wind tight. First I saw the crack in floor, and then I realized there's plywood and some kind of tile, probably asbestos tile underneath. Of course, like usual, it's covered in graffiti, because we know everybody has to scratch their name and everything, including the back of the door. Oh, man. And as you come out, here's the view. There's Interstate 40. So somewhere down there is Davenport Gap, where we're heading. You have a 360-degree view from up here. Now, come on. That was worth an extra mile and a quarter walking. All right, but now we probably need to make tracks because it is 3:45, and we have probably 2 hours of walking left before the shelter. But I kind of hate to leave. This is gorgeous. All right, almost done for the day. So the decision to go up Mount Cammerer pretty much blocked us into staying in the park tonight. The last shelter, Davenport Gap. But we're only a mile from out. And I think that view was worth it. So, got about a half a mile left and we'll be done for the day. And it is 5 minutes after 6. So, we'll be in by 6:30, so way before dark. Call it dusk. And then some dinner and get everything ready, go to bed, and then tomorrow, another day. And the good thing about tomorrow is Kelly gets here. And then I take another 0. All right. All right. There's home for the night. Davenport Gap Shelter. So we're going to have to go around quite a bit to get down that low. But we're basically there. Like I said, this is basically 1 mile inside the park boundary. So in the morning we'll be out of the park in half an hour.